Hello. Okay. Salam alaikum, family. I'm in my PJs today, so don't mind me. Um, um, but yeah, welcome back to another episode of weekly live sessions where we dive into books and ideas and challenge minds and inspire our souls. We're looking into the book for people who think, and we're on chapter three. So thank you if you tuned in for each chapter. And chapter three is about free will and reasoned applied. All right. So I'm Khadijah, your host, and if you joined last week, we basically explored like the fascinating topic of nature of men from a Islamic perspective. So it was an incredible discussion. If you missed it, you can go back to the video in the playlist. It's definitely worth a watch, and you'll learn something from it, hopefully, or it will remind you of something. So, anyways, like I said, we're going into chapter three. So, let me know in the chat, are you ready to reflect deeply and expand your understanding? Drop a book emoji if you are. um, so, let's start with, has Allah given us a clear path to Him? That's the question, right? The book asks a big question. Can we trust the authenticity of the final book, aka the Quran? It's a question that many of us have asked ourselves before, especially as reverts, right? And just outsiders as well, outsiders of Islam, or outside of the Muslim community, ask that question. Allah has given us a gift of reason, which we've been talking about a lot, using our brain. And it's through this reason that we can search for the truth. That the Quran is full of verses inviting us to think, to reflect, and to use, most importantly, our intellect. All right. So there's a verse. It says, verse chapter 30, I mean 39, verse 42. It says, in this, behold, there are messages indeed for people who think. So I just want to say, the Quran said it itself, that there are messages within it for people who think. So you can't be Muslim. Well, let me not say that. It's not that you can't be Muslim. It is your duty as a Muslim to use your reasoning and to think, because you have to be able to dive deep into the Quran and into understanding Allah, and use your rationality and your mind, your reasoning that God has gifted you with. So Allah isn't asking for blind belief, right? Like a lot of different like religions, I would say that's what they're asking for. They're asking for blind belief, right? He's asking us to approach the Quran with an open mind, open heart, and to use the very reasoning he has blessed us with, the very intellect, the ability to think, the ability to ask questions. That's what he's asking us to do. So, um, yeah, so something, when you think about thinking, right, and what Allah has gifted us with, the book talks about limited free will and choosing guidance. So, one of the main takeaways from chapter three, I would say, is that the price of free will is a choice, right? So, what is the price for free will? That price is the decision or the choice. Allah has provided us guidance, but it's up to us to seek it, right? It's that choice. We have to choose to seek it. We have to choose Allah. So the Quran is clear that it's guidance for those who are willing to open their hearts and their minds. In chapter 2, verse 2 in the Quran, it says, the divine rights, let there be no doubt about it. It is a guidance for all the God conscious. So, and sorry if you guys hear background at family's place, but It's a powerful reminder that our journey to Allah is one of active efforts, and we must search for the truth and choose to be guided. Salam, I saw that someone else joined. Thank you for being here. We're talking about the importance of thinking, and we're talking about how that impacts or what the Quran says about it, and the free will to think. Anyways, so back to what I was saying. So now let's talk about something that to me it amazes me every single time, like the scientific accuracy and the accurate statements in the Quran that were revealed over what was it like 13 like 1300 years ago. I personally really love science. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's what really drew me to Islam, the science behind Islam. From like, how can you not believe that it's real when the science is so real? From the Big Bang Theory and the start of creation, which was shown in um, 21 verse 30, the smoky nebulous nature of the early universe, which was showed in 41 verse 11, the expansion of the universe, which was 51 verse 47, the origins of water, which was 21 verse 30, and finite lifetime of the sun and the moon, which was 13 verse 2. Subhanallah. Like this is just like a few, right? There's a lot more than what I just listed, but these are just a few. So these verses are proof that the Quran isn't just a spiritual guide, it's a call to study, to discover, and to marvel at the universe and the reality that we live in. So, yeah, I like everything that Wali is about. Wali is about promoting thinking, Wali is about promoting shifting our mindsets and our perspective. Wali is about it's for people who think. And so I hope that everyone that's listening to this later on or who is joining this right now in this live, a Muslim is someone that used their reasoning, and a Muslim is someone who thinks. So as reverts, when we come in, sometimes we meet a lot of Muslims that go about life in a robotic manner. And unfortunately, that could make us think this is how we should go about things. This is what Islam is about. But I challenge you now that you're new into Islam and as a revert to not go according to how everyone else is going. Create that relationship with Allah for yourself. Use your reasoning that Allah blessed you with, that got you here as a revert to begin with, because you had to use your mind, you had to think, you had to have an open mind and an open heart to become a revert, right? Because of something that's foreign to you. So I challenge you to tap into that as reverts, and as Muslims, I challenge you to tap into your minds and to basically start thinking and actively start working towards learning more about Islam and more about Allah. So, the journal reflection for this week, because we're always going to have some kind of reflection for the week and something for us to work on so that we're actively thinking about Allah throughout the week, is I want to leave you guys a reflection activity to carry on throughout the week. So, grab your journal or your notebooks or your phone, wherever you want to write it. And throughout the week, take time to answer these questions thoughtfully. Here are the questions. There's just four, so bear with me. Number one, what does using reason mean to you in the context of Islam and your faith, right? That's number one. Number two, have you ever experienced a moment where you reflect on the natural world deepen your connection to Allah? Write about it. That's number two. Number three, what steps can you take to approach the Quran with an open mind and a open heart this week? That's number three. And number four, think of one scientific fact that was mentioned in today's discussion. Reflect on how it strengthened your belief in the authenticity of the Quran. And yeah, set aside some time to write and reflect. And if you're comfortable, if you are brave enough, if you feel confident and you are about the community, then I please, 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 please share your thoughts in the comments or during next week session that we have for this book review. So please, please, please like, subscribe, and put it went your reflection for the week. Anyways, the conclusion, right? The ultimate conclusion. As we grow in knowledge through science, reflection, or just life experiences, everything points us back to Allah. Duh. Allah beautifully reminds us in the Quran itself, um, 41 verse 53, it says, "In time we shall make them fully understand our messages and within themselves, so that it will become clear unto them. This is indeed the truth." Amen. MashaAllah. Isn't that beautiful? So this chapter reminds us that faith isn't about blind belief, right? That's the ultimate conclusion of chapter 3 for this, for people who think. It's about reflecting and understanding. That's what faith is about. It's about using your reasoning. So, what resonated with you the most in this discussion today? Let me know in the chat or in the comments. And if you're excited about these journal prompts, type, I don't know, send me the journal prompts, or I don't know, type that you're interested in it in the chat, because we do have a weekly newsletter that we are going to be sending out these journal prompts weekly for you guys to reflect on, that we put in these videos. So we're still waiting to get to 10 subscribers for that newsletter, or until December 6th to launch that newsletter. So if you're interested in signing up, put it in the chat and I'll let you guys know about that. But yeah, you guys should also let me know, should explore more about like the scientific miracles of the Quran in the future, in future lives. Like if you're interested in about that, let me know. There's a book that's offered in the Islamic Resource Hub that talks about science. One of my favorite books. So if you guys are interested in reading that, then let me know. Definitely could go over that with you guys. I think it would be super cool. Um, so if you're interested in learning more about scientific miracles in the Quran, then put that in the chat as well, and we could look into that as well. But yeah, thank you for joining me on this journey today. And remember this: remember that this is your space to learn. Remember when you come on to Should I Revert YouTube channel, or Should I Revert Islamic Hub, or wherever for Sir Wali, that this is your space that you can learn, reflect, and grow in a non-judgmental community. And be sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with someone who loves deep conversation and loves to use their reasoning and loves to learn about Allah and about Islam. And next week, we'll move forward into the next chapters, chapter 4. So stay tuned and don't forget to do your journal reflections, comment, like this video. And until next time, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And may Allah guide us all. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. Bye. Thank you.